If you grew up loving banoffee pie, this is the summer version of it, and you don't even need ice cream machine. But I want to be upfront with you about something before we start. I got this wrong the first time and I want to save you the trouble. Let's start with the honeycomb, because here people are most nervous and the part where a thermometer is going to save you. Sugar, golden syrup, or in my case dark treacle, and water go into a big deep pot. This thing puffs up dramatically later, so give it way more room than feels necessary. Swirl the pan gently to even things out, but don't stir once it's bubbling. Stirring disturbs the sugars while it's dissolving and invites it to crystallize, which gives you a grainy, gritty candy instead of that smooth, glossy snap you're after. Now here's the part I learned the hard way. The recipe will tell you to cook it until it's a light amber color. And color is a fine guide, but it's not precise enough on its own. What you actually want is for that syrup to hit 150 degrees Celsius, which is dark crack stage. I made this completely by eye the first time, pulled it a touch early, and ended up with the honeycomb that came out flat and dense instead of light and full of bubbles. Had to toss it and start over, unfortunately. A cheap candy thermometer fixes this completely. Clip it to the side of the pot, keep it out of direct contact with the bottom, and pull the pan the moment you hit 150 degrees. I actually will have my thermometer linked below if I can find it. This thermometer you can use with any recipe you have, so it's really nice. Off the heat, whisk in your baking soda fast. This is the fun part. The baking soda reacts with the hot sugar and releases carbon dioxide, which is what blows all those bubbles into the candy. Sift your baking soda into a small bowl before you even start the syrup. Once that sugar is at temperature, you will not have time to break up clumps. You need to dump it in fast. Pour it straight into your lined pan and leave it alone. Don't smooth it, don't tap the pan, you will just deflate the bubbles you worked for. Let it sit at room temperature, fully undisturbed, for about an hour. Skip the fridge because condensation will form on the surface and turn your crisp honeycomb sticky. Once it's hard, break it into pieces by hand, but I decided that hammer would be a way cooler way to do this. Break it into various sizes and bits for folding into ice cream, a few bigger shards to press on top later. Dip or drizzle those pieces in melted chocolate and let them set. That chocolate shell is doing double duty. It tastes great, obviously, but it also protects the honeycomb from moisture, which is honeycomb's biggest enemy. If you can make this on a dry day, once it's done, keep any extra in an airtight container at room temperature. While that sets, let's get the caramel going. Coconut milk and sugar into a pan over medium heat until it turns a deep amber. This usually takes about 8 to 10 minutes, so please be patient. One honest heads up, this caramel sets up on a thinner, more pourable side rather than thick and clingy like a dairy caramel. That's completely normal because coconut milk doesn't have the same proteins and fats that thicken a traditional dairy caramel. So don't panic and start reducing it forever trying to force to thick it. A pourable caramel actually swirls through ice cream really nicely. Off the heat, whisk in your vegan butter and salt. Let this cool all the way at room temperature before it goes anywhere near your whipped coconut cream. Warm caramel against the whipped base will deflate it on contact, and all that air you work to whip in just collapses. Now the base itself. Scoop out just the solid coconut cream, the stuff that separates and firms up after a night in the fridge, and whip it to soft peaks. This is your only aeration step in the whole recipe, since there's no ice cream machine churning air bubbles, so don't rush this part. Fold in the condensed coconut milk, mashed banana, vanilla, and salt just until even. The moment it looks combined, stop, because overmixing here knocks the air right back out. That mashed banana isn't just here for the flavor. Its natural sugars and fiber helps keep the scoopable straight from the freezer, since there's no machine working to keep ice crystals small the way it would with churned ice cream. Spread half your base into a loaf pan or any freezer-safe container. Scatter over sliced banana, drizzle with caramel, and fold through or stick a generous handful of the small honeycomb pieces. Even though my pieces are not that small, I know, I just love chunky crisp. Repeat with the rest of the base, then finish with the final caramel swirl across the top. Press your bigger honeycomb shards right into the surface so they stay visible and crisp instead of sinking and going soft underneath everything. If you want, keep everything as a layer, so you scoop in sections like I did, or you can swirl everything gently to have a mix. If you have one dish and see that coconut layer is pretty thick, I would recommend swirling to get a more even coverage everywhere when you serve. Cover it and into the freezer it goes, at least 6 hours, but overnight is genuinely better. I could not wait for the next day and tried it after 5 hours. Middle was still a bit soft and kind of like those soupy ice creams, so I would say definitely wait until the next day. And that's it. Scoopable, no machine, full banoffee nostalgia. Had some leftover crunch and sauce, so added some extra topping on the serving. And let me tell you, the taste is absolutely incredible. Coconut is not overpowering at all. Light banana flavor with caramel and crunch is absolutely phenomenal. Store any leftovers tightly covered because coconut-based ice cream pick up freezer odors more easily than dairy ones do, so don't leave it sitting open. If you try this, I would love to know how it goes for you, and until the next time, bye!